It seems every day I get hit with a new fee or a rising cost of a subscription that I don't even use. And today I'm going to help you save all that money and have the latest and greatest. We're talking about the vSeeBox V6 Pro. Hello everyone and welcome back to Life Redesigned. If this is your first time stopping by because you want to know all about the vSeeBox V6 Pro, then you are wondering, why am I yelling from my kitchen inside of our RV? That is because this is not a tech channel. We're just two, full-time RVers traveling across the country. But thanks to all of you who have pushed me to continue with these boxes, you can check us out on a weekly basis on our second channel, ORL Reviews, where we cover not only tech, but some amazing little reviews about a lot of different things that we have in the works for you. And we want to thank the 1,300 people who made that channel monetized in under 8 videos. We could not do this without your support. Well, I'm not here to plug the second channel today. I'm here to talk to you about the vSeeBox V6 Pro. This is the latest and greatest, we'll find that out in a minute, from vSeeBox. This promises to be a nice center ground for you who are looking to save money and also want streaming content. If you don't know what these boxes are, I'm going to highly recommend that you go on Google and check out what makes these boxes worth it. And you can also check out some of the other reviews, not only on this channel, but the second one as well. But for those of you in the know and are here to find out what all the hype is, because I'm quite sure your social media feed is blowing up about this box, well, that's what we're going to jump right in with an unboxing right about now. And first thing you're going to notice, if you've seen a vSeeBox box before, is that, well, all new for this series is a bright orange color, and it has a lot of new callouts. As we see the 8K capabilities of HDR, which you're not going to see on streaming, but maybe some of your home movies. You also have 32 gigabytes of storage, 4 gigabytes of internal DDR3 RAM. It has an antenna, it has Wi-Fi, and it also has a Bluetooth remote, which we're going to cover all that in a moment. And let's go on the callouts right here while we're here. This is running Wi-Fi 6. It has, again, that RAM. It has 32 gigabytes of ROM. It has a micro SD card slot, as well as a USB 3.0, 2 of those ports, as a matter of fact. Ethernet, and it has over-the-air updates, which, if it's on this channel, is the only way we will talk about it. And it also is running Android 14. Now, before I go any further, we are not sponsored or paid for by vSeeBox. All the information you're receiving and opinions are my own, and that's just the way we roll here on this channel. But if you want to save some money, I do reach out to vSeeBox and let them know that I'm going to be doing a review, and they have the option to supply a coupon code. You can check that out in the pinned comment and a link in the video description. But without further ado, let's jump right in and see what we've got with this box here. First thing you notice, this is a sturdy box. A lot of channels that review these things will bypass the box because they feel it's unimportant, but this box needs to make it to your doorstep intact, so these box quality does matter to me. First thing we're going to do, we're going to pull this out, and we're going to notice that this looks just like all the vSeeBox V3 and V5 Pro. This has that nice smooth finish to it. And let's see what we've got here. We have that micro SD card slot. We have 2 USB ports on the side. Coming along the back, we have an antenna connection, a LAN port, AV port, a optical out, HDMI port, and a power port, which is unfortunately a barrel connector. I would have liked to have seen USB-C on this. We'll let it go, but I would have liked to see, maybe a step up in that direction. The power connection is that barrel port. We're also showing an HDMI cable. These are good enough cables to get you through. They may work forever for you, but if you want a high quality cable, I highly recommend checking out a low cost option in the pinned comment, where you can get one that we've been using for quite some time and have never had a problem with. Also has your antenna, and again, that's going to be a simple push on and just twist. And I like this because it's only one antenna, which means it will fit in your rack without causing all this bulky stuff. So Wi-Fi, if that's what you're using, easy setup there. Now let's jump right into what I was talking about. This is the newest remote from vSeeBox. New for this model, this is a voice recognition remote. as well as having all your standard fare stuff. You have your hot buttons here, as well as programmable hot buttons up top. This will control a majority of the TVs on the market as well. It does feel a little comfortable. We'll cover that towards the end of the video. As far as what the long-term use is, it does require 2 AA batteries for this particular remote. So again, the previous incarnations were only AAA, so make sure that you have it because vSeeBox does not include the batteries. And then from there we have the vSeeBox instruction manual, which is just basically going to cover basic setup, how to hook this up to your TV, as well as some basic troubleshooting should you run into any issues. But for the most part, you can just watch the rest of this video as we're going to hook this up to the TV. We're going to show you what your initial experience is, and we'll take it from there. Hello and welcome to the vSeeBox V6 Pro virtual setup and install. As you can see, this is the boot screen. This is what you'll be greeted with once you plug this in and get everything set up. This takes about 20 seconds on the initial boot, and you're going to be greeted with a screen that's going to let you know basic setups. But before you can do that, you need to pair your remote, which is simple as holding down the OK and the volume down button. You can release that and the pairing should start pretty quickly. Okay, after you pair that remote, we're going to go into the setup screens here. And first stop is going to be language, and for us we're going to choose English in the United States. The next here is scale, and you're going to want to make these to be 100%. You'll find that that pretty much works 100% of the time. And then from there, we're going to set up time zone. We're on the East Coast currently, so we will select New York. And from here, you have your choice of Ethernet and Wi-Fi. We run Wi-Fi on all of these boxes and have never had an issue with performance. So we're going to go in and find our network and we'll connect to that. And once you press connect from there, after you enter in your password, it takes a couple of seconds just to get connected, and then there you go, you're good to go. And it will automatically advance to a disclaimer notice, just standard stuff here. You can go ahead and read that. We'll click agree, and it says now you are all set to use your box. So we're going to go and click OK there. And this is going to bring us right to the home screen, and you're going to notice that there's no apps here. And then they will automatically populate. So a little patience, especially on the first install and setup. And then if you ever have an issue running this again, just click here on the initial setup and that will bring you right back to where we just started in case you missed something. Well, let's cover these top apps right here. This is what you're paying for in the box. The V6 Pro just has basically 4 apps. It's going to be Heat Live, Heat Video on Demand Ultra, and Backup by Heat. And from here, it's very simple what each one does. You'll notice that the Heat Live is going to be your live TV app, and this is going to cover all kinds of markets and pretty much every network that's available in the US and even some that are abroad. This first initial setup usually takes a little longer than normal, but once you get going, you're pretty much good here. You're going to get a pop-up box around the first use. It's going to ask you to allow, and you always select allow. And from here, you see that you have all your cable TV channels. All right, let's start from the top. And the top menu is going to show you that currently, right now, there is roughly 1,901 channels worth of content here. So we just scroll through, and you can see that you have pretty much every major network, and even some minor networks for that matter, and everything from Cinemax down to CBS to CMT. And we just scroll through here and it has everything. All your HBOs, all your subscription channels, they're all here, and without any problems. Like even if you are a TBS viewer and you want the East Coast and West Coast version, similar to satellite TV, you'll have it on both coasts. And there's just tons and tons of content scrolling through here. And you also can break it down by local channels, which is going to have all your local markets. Say you want to watch ABC 7 out of Los Angeles, it's right there for you. And these are going to cover your major markets. If you're in a small town in the middle of Arkansas somewhere, it's probably not going to have channel 1 or whatever's your local little channel, but it will have your major networks. Sports is going to be the same thing. It also has Canadian television. And for our Latino friends, you have Latino television as well. There's some UK channels for like Sky Sports, and there's 27 of these channels. So if you are into Sky Network, you can have all this stuff right here for you. Also has some 24/7 channels. These are basically going to play. If you are a fan of Friends, you can just collect this and it will play Friends for 24 hours, 7 days a week, one episode after another without a problem. And I'm going to show you, there's a lot of things on here that I can't show you because of copyright restrictions here on YouTube. So some of the stuff I do have to blur out, unfortunately. And then we'll come back here and we'll check out Heat Video on Demand. This is going to be similar to Heat Live, except this will be streaming content that's not currently live. So if you missed that movie that just released on, say, Netflix, it's going to be here. And once we get past this screen here, you'll see the content load. All right, once that loads, you'll see it's basically the same as the initial app. This first install will take a little longer because it's downloading all your information, all your thumbnails, all your content, and you're met with this screen here. And again, the same things are going to apply. There's a lot of things I can't show due to copyright restrictions. But if you go through here, and this is movies, for instance, we'll see that currently there's 46,529 movies. And these are all broken down by, you can either go by newest, you can do all, you can break it down by genre, and it's all there for you. And there's just hours and hours and hours of content. It would literally take me days just to cover all of this, but it is all here. Pretty much anything that you're looking for is all there. And then Video on Demand Ultra is going to be the same as Heat Video on Demand. I find a little more content in this app here, and this here is going to have it broken down instead of by genre. It's going to be broken down by application. So if you're looking for something from Netflix, or you're looking for something from Peacock, or so on and so forth, Paramount Plus, it's all here, and kind of an easier to use directory as opposed to searching by genre. And again, same rules apply on all these apps. Initial, when there's a first install or an update to an app, it's going to take a little bit to load. But once it's loaded and you're running it on a regular basis, these will all load pretty quick. All right, and as you can see, it has a similar interface to Video on Demand. This here is going to have movies and TV series. And let's go into movies. And you'll see that this is what I was telling you about here, is this is broken down by platform. So the first one being Amazon Prime Video. It has everything, and it's always going to default to newest. As you can see, there's 12,466 titles just on the Amazon service alone. And then you have Cinemax Plus, which is going to have another 3,000, and so on and so forth. Netflix here has the newest, which is 647 total. But if you were to go up to all and hit all this here, it will just break down everything that was new. And then you have your Peacocks and your other stuff here, Paramount Plus, Hulu, stuff of that nature. And again, this is all without subscriptions. And the best part is when you're playing these movies and you're watching this stuff, there is no ads as well. Something a lot of people skip over. But everything here, very quick to load. Let's say we want to go back up. Let's go back up to here and say we want to watch Balls Up. And we'll just play Balls Up. And the load time here, and again, I can't really show anything of the movie itself, but the load time, again, on Wi-Fi is pretty darn quick, and you'll be streaming in no time. As you can see, picture quality is phenomenal. It's exactly what you would expect from a streaming service, and no issues there whatsoever. So we're going to exit out of this, and we're going to go back, and we're going to talk about Backup by Heat. And Heat Live Backup is exactly what it sounds like. It is a backup application for your live TV. And this allows you to go back 7 days into the past. So if there's something you missed that was live and it's not on the video on demand, you can go back and just rewind, go right back and check out that episode that you missed. And it's pretty much simple as this here. You just hit your channels and then you just scroll down at what you're looking for, whether it's sports. And this becomes very useful, especially for sport content. if there's something that you missed that game that was very important to you and you don't want it screwed up, you can just go back and just play. But this has everything, all your pay-per-view events, things of that nature, Peacock events. You kind of get the idea of just going through here, ESPN Plus, and it's all there and ready to go. All right, we'll exit out of that, and we'll show you it does have a few other things here. It has internet speed tests. If you ever want to just check it right from your TV, you can do that. It has a browser if you need to surf the internet. It has Netflix, which you really don't need because, well, it's already here. It has your standard Android Fair system settings, launcher settings, software update, which I love seeing. And then there's that cache cleaning right there. You just do it right off the home screen. And it has everything easily done here. Very nice setup, very crisp, very clean. Moves very quickly. The remote is responsive. We like seeing that. We're going to step away from the box. We'll come back with our final thoughts in just a moment. All right, here we are. About an hour later, I've been spending a little bit of time navigating through the box to see if it's living up to previous incarnations of the Pro line. And I got to say, absolutely. If you are new to vSeeBox, the Pro box is probably one of the most popular boxes. It is a lower cost box than the rest of the line because it just doesn't have 50 different backup apps. If you just need television and streaming and you're a casual viewer, this is the perfect box to replace all those Fire Sticks and all that other nonsense that's out there that's just constantly being restricted. Everything here loads very quickly, and I see even faster loading times over the V5 Pro and the V3, which could be a placebo effect, but for me personally, everything was nice and crisp, clear, very snappy, very easy to load. The new remote, I'm going to say that I don't know how I feel about this one. A couple of things to point out is that one, that this does run to AA batteries, which is a step up from, well, the two AAA batteries that they never seem to come with anyway. The remote feels solid. It's not as bulky as the previous incarnations. It does work well. The response, there was no real lag or anything. It's just taken a little bit of a different approach to it as I spent a lot of time just scrolling through channels. The heft is there. We'll see how it performs long term. Maybe I'll step back in a few months and give you a revised update on this remote. But it is a cleaner, little more satisfying feel. I'm just old school and I like that big vSeeBox remote. There's a lot of you that may not. Voice functionality works incredibly well. For the price, I don't think you're going to find a better preloaded box than you are going to be with the V6 Pro, and it just lives up to that name. And the Pro model lives up to the hype of previous Pro series, which is just offering you straight up value and a non-bloated experience, and I like that. And not only does it save you money, but you can also save additional money by using the link in the video description and purchasing your own. Now, this is new to the market within the last week or so, and if you've already gotten your hands on it faster than I could, I want to know what your experience is in the V6 Pro, or if you've had the V3 or the V5 Pro, let us know in the comments below. We've been covering these boxes for about a year now, but I know a lot of you have been around since the beginning, 3-4 years ago, and it's always nice to hear that those boxes are still performing well. If you have any questions, be glad to help. Until next time, I am Bob with ORL Reviews here on Life Redesigned. You can check us out again on that second channel, link in the video description.